comma. Then finally, Vlookup is asking, okay, I will find this code in this column and I will try to give you result from the second column of this range. Now tell me, what if I don't find? Can I do some approximations? Or do you want me to find exact A400? So we will say, I need exact match. And exact match is represented by false. And in binary language, false can also be mentioned through this 0. So false or 0, both means same thing. But it means that you need to find exactly same thing. When I press enter, it gives me information technology. And that's the correct result. Now let's try it if this is working for this one also. So when I drag it down, logistics, that's correct. Administration, that is also correct. This much is clear to everyone. Anyone having any questions here itself? Any kind of doubt in understanding Vlookup? Those who are understanding Vlookup for the first time, please ask me now itself, because it is one of the very common function which people keep using.
Do every time we need to fix the entire range, or sometime it is okay? Is it okay to go with normal one?
Fixing you are talking about, right?
Yes.
So in this case, I have taken A and B because my information was available in A and B column. Okay. And I need to drag this formula or copy this formula vertically. So if I move something vertically, A will remain A, B will remain B. If I take it left and right, then A will become something else or B will become something else. Then I need to fix. In this case, I can ignore the freezing part of that range.
But which is better? Should I select the whole column or the area which is having that data?
Ideally, if you can select the exact data, that's more efficient. Okay, because think of it, इसको सिर्फ 20 lines में जाके देखना है फिर. Okay. Here, because of a small data set, it will not make a lot of difference also. But ideally, you should go where you can find the data.
Okay.
Fine. Let me show you one more thing. Before that, I will answer Neelam's question. Neelam says, why writing false or 0 is must? Writing false or 0, if I don't type this, Excel will make some approximations. How? Let me show you. Let's say if I don't type it and press enter. Currently, results are coming fine, right? Results are coming fine. Let's say I type A400 and if it is A614. Did you see the result? I do not have A400 here. It is giving me some result. I do not have, let's say, A501. I am having A000. Now see the results. So it is a weird way of understanding the approximations, because when it is not able to find, it will look for some kind of approximation or some kind of patchwork that most of the situation, it will not be useful for me. So why to go in that gray area that it will work for me or it may not work for me, because it will give you some results, but they are not useful to me. And that's why I specify, okay, Excel, if you find, that's fine. If you don't find, please focus on exact match. And now, if let's say this is not there, 400 is not there, 401 is there, it will say not available. the required range which you are trying to find is not applicable or not available in the data set. So I'm much better with this because wrong results are like they're worse than not getting the result, right? So that is the reason of mentioning it specifically. Any other question here? Now, if this is fine, let me show you how to use VLOOKUP with the tables. So this is a table and I can see the name of the table is department. The name of the table is department. And here I am trying to find these results, name for these departments. Again, same simple data set, little bit more expanded. Equal VLOOKUP. I need to find this. Because it is a table, it is behaving differently, but that's fine with us. I need to find this where I can mention these two, but I have the name department. So why don't we use that table name? So it only focuses on that data. Then which column will give us the name? Second column will give us comma. What do you need to select here? Exact match. So 0 is easy to type. So I use 0, but you can double click and use false also. Both will give you the same result. And now wherever it is able to match, it is giving me the results. Wherever you are not able to match, it is not giving me the results. Okay. Now how to resolve these kind of issues? So here you can see A6000 is not available, but there is no department code like A6000. We don't have that department itself. So probably the person who was making the entry, he typed one extra 0. Okay, so we need to have this background with that this code, does it mean management only or this code only? So if we are sure that that is the issue, so then what I will do, I will take this wrong code and I will add it in my current table with the correct description, which is management. So I will type management one more time. And now both the codes are giving me same result. After I have understood what is the issue, maybe it is a typing mistake. But because this typing mistake has been entered into the system, now it will remain A6000. But I need a correct description for that. So I can manage it through this lookup table, master table. 808, 803. Maybe someone was writing this receipt somewhere on paper, and like sometimes people make 3 little bit more curvy, right? So it may appear like 8. That can be the reason. Sometimes A501, A50L, 1 and L can be difficult to differentiate depending on the person's handwriting. Okay. So if you start using tables, whenever you get one query, okay, these two are another problems. So let me add them to my list and put their correct description. A808 looks like production. A50L or 501, it looks like logistics. So let me put the same description here also. So whether my code was wrong or right, but because I have improved my master, all the values or the department names are coming perfectly fine. So that's one way of handling these additional errors. Clear? Questions? Any questions related to VLOOKUP? Chanda, you can speak also. So we can use trim function to remove spaces in case we are getting errors. Yes, you might have gone through the video. So this is the last method which we will follow to change the data set or the master. Like this problem I could have solved if, let's say, this data was not there. If these data sets are not there, this problem I can solve by just changing this AL00 to A100. That itself gives me correct result. But these may be 1,000 lines. How will I correct those? This may be coming from the system. Today I have corrected. Tomorrow also these problems will come. So we would like to avoid any changes to our master table or our current table where we are working, because that involves efforts, regular efforts. So in this case, if you are having a situation like this, where I need to write my formula here, I need to write my formulas here, or let's say write my formulas here. And when I write my formula, what is the name of this table? First, identify the name of the table because we need to use it. TBL underscore code underscore ID. I am writing here formula Vlookup. I need to find this where TBL underscore code underscore ID. What column will give me the results? Second column, so 2. What kind of match? 0. Close the bracket. But the problem is it is not giving any results. Now, why it is not giving any results? Because here it is D001 and here it is D001 with some spaces. So it is not able to match exactly. But you know that the spaces can be eliminated, the extra spaces can be eliminated using a trim function. So currently I am telling my function, VLOOKUP find this value, which is nothing but this. I can tell VLOOKUP, please trim this value and then find. So trim function will remove the extra spaces and then VLOOKUP starts finding the new value, which will give us the result. So as much as possible, we will try to modify something here or something here so that we don't have to change our data set itself. If you don't know what are the other possibilities, if you are not able to like currently estimate or explore variety of other techniques, then go and change the data set. But there are many possibilities which can be done without changing the data set also. Okay, Chanda?
Yes, sir.
Okay, next question.
Sir, I have a question. I joined little late. Whenever
Sure.
we put VLOOKUP and we want to find out from which column we have to pick up the data, then we every time we have to go to table design.
Yes, every time. So a table design is mainly for name. What is the name of this area? Because I need to find it from here, right?
Okay.
So we need to mention that name. So if I type here VLOOKUP, it says you need to give me the place where I can find your required information. So that you have to give. And when you are already inside the formula, if you want to now understand the name, it will not be possible. So better to check the name before starting the formula because you want to use this name somewhere there.
And sir, for the trim option, let's say if we have a huge data set and we think that there is a possibility that there will be a space or something like that would be there. So is it like not easy to always put trim and straight away look, or I mean even
No.
Okay.
No, the reason is you don't know what kind of problem is giving the result. Otherwise, currently it is trim. Tomorrow it may be some value function or text function or if error function. If I keep adding each and everything, so my formula will become too heavy or too bulky. So we'll only modify our formulas as per the need. Once we understand the reason, then only we will modify it that much.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next question.
Actually, Akhilesh, I'm into the logistic field, and normally what happens, sometimes my operators, my people wrote some different numbers. Like if they write the truck number or any vehicle number, sometimes they make like GJ01, or sometimes they make spaces, or sometimes they don't make spaces into them. So how
Do
that
you
can
have
be
the sample
identified?
file?
Sorry?
Do you have the sample file?
No, actually, just now I don't know.
So if you understand, how do you find manually what, like whether it is correct or wrong,
Yes.
we can try to give a logic to that.
No,
Okay,
suppose there
let's
is, yeah, can go on.
continue. Aarti, please mute yourself. Okay. Yes, Ram. आप बताइए.
Yeah, like sometimes they make spaces in front of letters and words. Like
So what is your normal? What is the normal truck number? Let's say. Give me some
normal,
example.
that means there is no spaces. It's a
There
full
is no
number. They are
space.
like MH46 P5195. Like RJ46
Do
P.
all the states?
Yes.
Do all the states have this kind of pattern?
Yeah, I think is the same.
Okay. So you can
RJ
say
space 46.
RJ space
46.
Okay, RJ space should be there or not there?
In standard, there should not be spaces, but sometimes they
Okay,
make spaces. Different operators,
fine.
different.
So
Yeah,
I am writing something like MH
46.
01 and
Yeah.
then M for Mumbai and then maybe 26. This is correct. Okay.
Yes.
Then I am typing one more TN
Space.
2 spaces and then 46 space, then
Z
maybe
26.
Z
No, Z
space
51.
and 29, something like that type.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is correct. This is not correct. Now maybe you can create an additional column just to identify which values are incorrect. Which values are incorrect.
Okay.
Okay. Now there are several functions which can work with space. One is equal find function and this cell find text. Okay, sorry, find space. So I'm typing space and then it is asking within which text. So this is the text. So I am asking it, please find space in this text.
Yes.
And when I press enter, it gives me the third position is the space. And I can drag it down. So here there is no space. That's why error is coming. It is not able to find. Here it is again finding it. Let's say this third one is not there. It is saying fifth position is the space. So you can keep additional columns where if you see a number, then it is a problem for you. If you don't see a number or error is there, it is not a problem for you. To make it look better, because currently it is opposite. Wherever error is coming, that is good for us. Wherever error is not coming, that is not good for us. So we can make it something like is number. So it will check the result of find is a number or not. If it is a number, then this is a problem for us. Otherwise, it is not a problem for us. So this can easily tell you if it is true, that's a problem you need to fix one way or other. If it is not a problem, then you don't need to fix. Now, one simple way is rather than, if it is just the space issue, rather than going for this, okay, you will cover these functions in the upcoming section, text functions. You can simply say, let me fix it itself. So rather than going for this, I will say equal substitute. What is the old text? No, original text. This is the original text. Comma. Old text क्या है? I want to find space. Comma. What is the new text in place of this space which I want to keep? I can say nothing. Only double quote, double quote. That means nothing. So take the space, but I don't want to return anything against that, and close it here. When I press it, my result is clean. So initially space was there or not there, doesn't matter. Now it is gone. And your objective was this. Your objective was not to find where the space is there or where is not there, right? Your objective was this. So if space is the only issue, then it can be solved like this also.
That I have to use substitute formula.
Yes, substitute formula. So it will take this space and it will replace it with nothing, or whatever you want to provide in place of space, and then it will correct it. Okay, next. Anyone else having any other kind of problems related to anything? Please share it in the chat, Zoom chat or WhatsApp group.
Akhilesh Vikas here.
Yeah, Vikas.
I have a doubt, not related to Vlookup, but
That's
means,
fine.
Suppose there are series of invoices, one after the other, means in a serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose if there is any means missing invoices, how can we means find out any missing number in that series?
How can we find out any missing number in the series?
Say suppose the invoice number starts with 1 and I have, say suppose 100 invoices. Out of that, maybe some invoice number 42 and invoice number 58 are not there in the list. So can we able to find out the missing numbers out of the series?
Do you have such kind of data already with you? See guys, whenever you are asking question, present me the sample data. It will be easy for me to explain or solve it. Okay, it is possible because
they're in my office laptop, but currently I'm not having it.
So it is possible. I can think of some way. Like let's say we generate. How does your invoice number looks like? 1, 2, 3, like that?
It is like IT-001-002.
IT-001. Okay.
Yeah.
IT
one is
hyphen 001. Okay. Let's keep it like that. And this is the data. Clear? And let's say I have these numbers are not there. And I am presented with this series. I know what is missing, but let's say you are not aware of that.
Correct.
Fine. So now I need to create it in additional column somewhere. So first thing is I need to find the numeric value, and that I can easily find by write. Okay. Write 3 characters, because that gives me the numeric part. Fine. So that is giving me. And I am saying, please use value function, because मेरे को 0 से इतना interest नहीं है. That is useless for me in this case, right? So please convert this into a value. So whatever right function is giving you, I am converting it into a value. So it eliminates the zeros. Fine? Fine or not till now? Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
So I have taken the right 3 digits and then converted it into a value. Now, what is the highest invoice? Let's say I want to try finding that. So highest invoice is nothing but maximum of all these numbers. Correct?
Correct.
Now, how many invoices are there? Number of invoices. And that will be equal count A of this column. Count column A. That is the meaning of this count A. Count A means count anything. So that is 11. And here I can easily see if my number of invoices is less than my highest invoice, that means there is an issue.
Yeah, correct.
And I can write all these.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, out of that, can we find out which are the numbers that are missing?
It can be possible, but we need to think more. I cannot like right away give you the result. Okay.
Okay.
It may be possible. Okay.
Yes.
Like what will be the approach? What will be my approach? If my highest invoice number is 13, I will generate the numeric like invoice numbers up to 13 on my own, starting from beginning. And then I will match the list which is available with me. And then I will find what is not matching in that. But then it is a process which may require more like advanced functions or multiple stages of functions. But it is possible to do that. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Next question. Next question.
Yeah, Akhilesh, it is regarding
Yes.
to date and year function. Actually, if I want to find some financial year into the from date DDMM YY format, so how can I get that financial year? Like I want to write it in that 2023-24.
Okay. You need to learn the logical functions also for that, which are coming in next section for you. Okay. But briefly, let me explain it. Let's say I'm having a date here. That's current date. And I'm having something like 2nd or let's say 12th of Feb 2023 also. And I'm having 15th December 2020, 22. So these are few dates which I am having, right? These are few dates which I am having. Now, what is the value which you want to write against this value?
That is
this value?
October. It is October 23. So it will fall into the category of 2023-24. FY 2023. 23-24. Yeah.
Like this, right? Correct?
Yes.
This is correct, right?
Yes, yes.
So now, with this, अभी सोचो ये यहाँ पे होगा तो क्या आएगा? What will be the result?
Same.
22-23.
Not same. It is like this. Because it is beyond April, right? उससे पहले का है. So it is previous year. Okay? Now, think of this logic. In case of October, I want to use this and then add one more year to that. But in case of Feb, I don't want to use this. I want to reduce one out of that and then use the current. So there is two logic, right? Now, anyone who would like to take up this question, what would be your approach to solve this? Sagar, Shweta, Chanda, Nikhil, Mahesh, Jobi, whoever wants to contribute. I just want the ideas. How will you solve it? Sumesh.
Can we use if or and option, if and options?
That's fine. मेरे को if and से पहले मेरे को logic चाहिए. Okay. I want to understand the logic. What logic you will apply? Because that is more. Formulas we will write. You will be able to write. Formulas are always simple. It's the logic which creates the problem. Yes, Sumesh.
I think text function.
Text function will not be able to help because it is not straight away 23 or 22. We are manipulating it. So to manipulate, we need something else before that.
We need to separate date, month, and year. Then we can execute it using.
What is the critical part here? So how did you change the result here based on Feb and here based on October?
Actually,
so it is the
logic
month.
Before April, it is previous year, and
Yes.
That after March, if it is falling before March, it comes in next year.
That's so your logic is based on the month, right?
Yes.
Month and year
if
logic.
Yeah, year is also not dependent. It is basically month because financial year is rotating, right? But the logic will be based on the month.
Months, yes.
What you want in this text, that also depends on year. But whether I should use the current plus next or previous plus current, that is dependent on the month, not year. Okay. And if you base your logic on Feb or October, your logic will become complex. But if you base your logic on 2nd 2 for Feb and 10 for October, your logic will be easy to manipulate because numerically things can be handled properly. So what I would do is equal month. Let me calculate the month out of this date. Okay, let's keep these results on this side so that we can match them later. So I am calculating month from the date. Now my logic is, I will write it in a separate column so that it's easy to understand. I will write if my month is greater than 3, if it is more than March, that's the meaning, right?
Yes.
If it is more than March, then my result would be year.
23. Yeah.
So what is 23? Year from this date. Okay.
Okay.
And double quote, hyphen, double quote, and year of this date. Sorry. Double quote is done. Year opening bracket of the same date plus 1. So I am saying if it is greater than 3, if my month number is greater than 3, then take the current year hyphen current year plus 1. So 23-24, right? Everyone agrees to this?
Yeah.
This is my first portion hyphen second portion. Currently I am keeping full year 2023-2024. We can modify it to 2 digits also later.
Wonderful.
But if this is not the case, then what should be done? Then I will copy this range so that I don't need to write the formulas again. Okay. Neelam, I am muting you for some time. Okay. So here, if it is not the case, then I will say take the current year, but deduct 1 because it should be 22 then, not 23. And here I will not add 1. I will keep the current year. Is this clear or not?
Yes.
So we gave one result for the current situation, more than 3. And we gave another result for less than 3 and pressed enter. So this is giving correct results. Now, only thing which you want to add is Fy. So type Fy, that is an easier part, double quote, Fy, close the double quote with and symbol. With and symbol. And it can be giving you the result. So now let's change if it is working or not. If it is, let's say, 12th March 24. 12th March 24. It says 23-24 because that will still fall in 23-24. But if it becomes 12th August 2024, then it changes to 24-25. So this is how you will approach this problem.
Okay.
Okay.
And one thing,
And
if I don't want to show 2023 dash 2024, instead of this, I want to show 2023 dash 24.
So come here. This is the second part, right? This is the second part, right? Of the year after hyphen. So you say, write, take the result and write 2 characters. Write 2 characters I am focusing. Similarly, here also take this result and I want write 2 characters in this result also. So it will be shown like that. See, everything can be written here. Even I can reduce the initial to 0 also. That is also possible. But you first practice it step by step. Okay, I can get month. What is the default year? Default year is, let's insert a 1 column. Here it will be equal year function and from this cell. So that's my default here.
Yes.
But then what will be the previous year? So previous year will be this -1. Okay. What is the next year? Next year will be
+1.
This +1. Okay. And now write a simpler formula. If it is more than 3, then it will be this and hyphen this. Current and next. This is current year. This is previous year. And this is next year. So you have all the material. You just need to plan with the conditions. So you will write your formula, simpler formula, something like this. If my month number is greater than 3, then it should be this and hyphen and write 2 characters of this function, right? And I can write the second situation also like that. So now my formula looks a little bit simpler than the earlier one. So first understand the logic, what all things you would require, and then slowly and slowly, can I take this J3 and replace it with year of my date? Can I take this this I3, which is nothing but month, by month of this date? It is all possible. Okay?
Yes.
So do it in stage by stage initially until you understand the logic. And after that, combine all the things in one go. And I'm planning a macro which will help you to automatically calculate it based on any month, no matter which financial year you are following, India ho, UAE ho, koi bhi ho. You just need to mention the month and then it will solve the problems for you. So that work is on, but again, think that will come
Actually, what
sometime.
I'm facing in pivot table, the problem I was facing the same problem. Like I'm not getting financial year data. If I make a whole year list,
So
it is showing the
write this
zero.
formula, write
Yeah.
this formula
Yeah.
in one of the columns in the pivot table, and then
Yeah.
create your reports based on this rather than the normal year.
Yeah. The problem is solved now. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, I wanted to check, since this is a very big formula and I have just started learning. So these step-by-step processes there in the videos, right?
Yes, you go there. You complete each and every concept. Okay. Then it makes sense to understand these kind of things. Although these kind of exercises are already there in the videos, logical functions category.
Okay.
There is one exercise which has nested ifs, and there we are discussing how to generate quarter one, quarter two, depending on different financial years. I think that is already there.
Sir, also one very important question. I'm not very familiar with Excel, but now I'm joining a role wherein it requires a lot of Power BI and dashboard reporting. So is it necessary that I need to know Excel first before I go for dashboard preparations?
No. So basically, it is not Excel or Power BI. Power BI you can independently learn, and you will be able to create at least the basic dashboards, if not complex ones. You have already attended the workshop also, right? So that will help you to start with Power BI. There is no need to complete Excel. Okay. But how, if someone is like good in Excel, how that person can excel in Power BI also? The reason is how you create the logic. Logic is used everywhere, be it Excel or be it Power BI. So if you are already comfortable with the writing formulas and different logics in Excel, which is mainly to do with aptitude, not the real formula, then Power BI also will be able to use that like logical aptitude or capabilities of yours. And that comes with practice. Okay. So it is not really necessary that you finish each and everything of Excel. But if you keep using Excel and learn different formulas, then that will also help in Power BI.
So, sir, Vlookup, pivot table, if I've learned these two in like on an average, so it will help me to create a dashboard easily, right?
Where in Excel or Power BI?
In Power BI, because I'm not sure
In Power BI, you start the course directly, and you will be able to learn. Okay. You will be able to understand what is required.
So,
okay.
Sir, for now, the first requirement for the new role is that they want a person to be very well versed with the dashboard and reporting part. So rather than investing time on Power BI, Excel, I can start with Power BI first, complete then, and then I can come back to Excel. That should not be a problem, right?
Yeah, that should not be a problem.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
But I would say do parallelly.
Do parallel.
Okay.
Right, sir.
But if your organization is already using Power BI and they are focusing कि मेरे को dashboard Power BI में ही चाहिए, then it's fine. Focus more on Power BI. Okay. Yeah. Hi Kumar, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir. How are you?
Good. Okay, next question, guys. अगला सवाल 1 करोड़ वाला. Shall we finish the session?
आई वांट टू आस्क कि आप जो हमारा VLOOKUP का क्लास है वो प्रॉपर मतलब हमको वीडियो में ही देखना है, क्योंकि मैंने भी वीडियो नहीं देखा, बिकॉज VLOOKUP आई एम ऑलरेडी यूजिंग इन माय डे टू डे वर्क, so that's why I'm not asking.
Please watch it. Please watch that video. It's hardly 20-minute video, I guess. 20.
Okay.
Around 20 minutes. Okay.
When
It
there
gives you
is
different scenarios.
Okay, when there are a lot of columns, so sometimes like if I have faced a problem if the column heading is not the exact one which we are looking, it creates a problem. So the column header should be exactly the same, like while defining the
For
formula?
VLOOKUP, you anyway don't focus on the column heading. You focus on the position of the column, right?
Okay.
So you mention it, okay, 3 or 10th column or 15th column. You don't mention the name of the column as such. Unless you are using match. If you are using match, then it needs to be exactly same.
Yeah, actually, I have to do match because we derive some reports from the software. Then software reports, they provide us in different format. We cannot get all the columns in one report. So
So then match is
one
better.
and another report. Then we need to have that column headings.
Yes, then match is better.
Okay.
And match requires both the things to be exactly same spelling.
Okay.
Next time, maybe you can bring that file during the doubt session, sample file, and show me the problem. I might be able to suggest you some automated way, or maybe the one which you are currently using, that is good enough. Okay.
Fine. Thank you.
Next.
Akhilesh, can I share my screen?
Yes. Please start.
Yeah. In the last class, we got one practice sheet. In this, we were using AND on OR function, nested if. Sorry, we were using nested if function. In this, the criteria, the condition was this: if somebody crosses 5,000, then there is no bonus. Between to 5,000, 15,000, 1%. Between 15,000, 25,000, 2%. And between 25,000 to 40,000, man, I corrected one. I added one condition also. In previous that practice sheet, there was 25 more than 25,000, he will get 3%. I added one condition. If between 25,000 to 40,000, it is 3%, and above than 40,000, if somebody crosses more than 40,000, he get 5% commission and promotion also. And I want to show it in the sheet, that column also.
Okay. So fine. What is the issue? Show me the formula.
See, I've done it. I've done it in percentage wise. I'm getting that formula, and I'm getting this.
Okay.
But when I try to find out the final result, like if I want to amount.
Okay.
So how can I add amount in with and promotion? This works.
Okay. Understood. So first of all, to calculate the amount, you need to get rid of the promotion part. Okay? You need to get rid of the promotion part.
Okay.
Because otherwise multiplication will not happen with the promotion text, right?
Percentage side, whenever I am adding percentage, it is coming 5% and promotion.
Because it is just showing the value.
Yes.
But when you want to multiply, then promotion creates a problem, and promotion will create a problem because it cannot allow multiplication.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you need to break it in two parts. First, focus only on the amount.
So it will be easy. It will be easy. Yes.
It will be easy. 5% if you mention rather than promotion, and handle the promotion thing separately.
Okay. Okay.
And handle the promotion thing separately.
Okay.
And then join them together. If you want one single column. So calculate your commission amount separately. Calculation whether he is eligible for promotion or not. Okay.
Okay.
And then only you can club the two results.
Okay.
How you feel? How was the trip? This trip, Samsung and FCC. How many good things are very hard? Because before we were last trips, we were nighttime.
Ashish, your voice is not clear.
Getting direct, but now no nighttime, but I'm very tired for so many days. Yeah, so many days. And last visit, when we have vehicle, then we plan accordingly.
I'm not sure whether it is related to our subject or not. Maybe he's talking something else. So Ashish, if you are trying to ask any question, please unmute yourself again and then ask. Okay. But currently it looks like it is not related. So Ram, you got the idea? Calculate amount separately and then prepare another formula for whether it's promotion or blank and then join them together like we joined that FY 2022 and 23.
Okay. Wonderful. Thank you.
I
Welcome.
want to request that if you could explain nested formula once again.
Okay. Nested if once again. So
Yeah,
what is
on the
nested
week 2
if?
sheet. Yeah.
V2, not V2.
Week 2. I have opened it. If you want, I can share my screen.
No, I have it.
Okay.
I used it today only in one of the corporate trainings. So just give me some time. So some of you may be wondering what is this live thing which some people are aware about and you are not aware. So we committed to some people in that we will do some live sessions. So that's why they are able to ask these questions. All these things are there in the course also. Okay, so do not worry about that. Now nested if is this one. Okay. We are saying if this is the situation, less than 5,000, no commission. And I would mention it 0. Otherwise, you will face the same problem which Ram was facing. Text is creating an issue. Less than 5, 0%, 5 to 15, 1%, 15 to 25, 2%. Otherwise, 3%.
Your screen is not visible.
Okay. I'm so sorry for that. Visible now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the situation where there are multiple conditions are mentioned. It is similar situation like your tax slab that you are not charged up to 5 lakh or 7 lakhs, nothing, no tax rate. After that, maybe 5% or 10%. After that, 15%, 20%, 30%. It goes like that. Similar structure is here also. Now, how do you write it? So everything depends on this number, sales. Okay. Equal if my sales, what is my first condition? I need to check before 5,000. So less than 5,000. What would be your result if that's the case? Your result would be 0%. Comma. Now 0 or 0% both will give you 0 ultimately. So I'm not writing 0%, but you can write. But if this is not the case, then what will happen? If it is not less than 5,000, then I might get 1%, 2%, as well as 3%. These 3 possibilities are there. And because there are 3 possibilities, I need to again start evaluation. So I need to use if one more time. And when I use if one more time, it says give me the next logic. And I will give next logic. So 5,001 I have already covered. Now let me evaluate if it is less than 15 or not. So I will say check sales are less than 15,000. If that's the case, I need to mention the result value if this condition is true. So I am mentioning that's 1%. Comma, what is the alternate situation? In the alternate situation, I am still left with 2 or 3%. That means multiple situations. And if you have multiple situations, you can start with if again. And then I will evaluate this one now. Less than 25. So if my sales are less than 25,000, then the result is, what's that? 2%. What will be the alternate situation? So if it is not 0, not 1, not 2%, then only situation which is left is 3%. And if function has one more provision here, so I will mention 3% here. If there were multiple angles from now onwards also, so I will start with one more if. And now, because I have written so many ifs, I need to close all of them. So this is the last if, second last if, and third last if. And when I press enter, I am getting the results here. And then if you want your amount, multiply it with your respective sales, that can do, if that is simple scenario. Or you can like make it more complex if it is dependent on the slabs in between. Okay. So this is what was the question. Clear, Neelam? Neelam?
Yeah, clear. Thank you.
Okay, good. And this can be done using Vlookup in an easier way. So easily watch the video and I will give you an alternate result. Because think of it. Let's say my company starts another angle. Okay. If it is between 25 to 50,000, then 5%. If it is 50 to 1 lakh, then 6%. If it is 1 lakh to 10 lakh, then 7%. How many ifs you will write in that case? If cannot be used for so many situations. Here also we are misusing if. If was made only to cover 3 things, right? 1 logic and 2 results. You used again and then nested if, we call it. If inside if inside if. So Vlookup can do this job much better in a simple formula. But that doesn't mean that you should not know this. So first know this, Vlookup, watch the video again and you will be able to understand it easily. Okay.
Akhilesh, can you please brief how Vlookup can help in this?
आपने वीडियो नहीं देखा इसका मतलब
पूरा वीडियो नहीं देखा, पूरा वीडियो नहीं देखा.
तो देखिए ना सर, 20 मिनट तो लगाओ. Look here. This is the same thing which I have mentioned over there, right? 0% less than this amount, 5,000 amount, जो भी था. ये वाला था 1%, then 15 to 25, and then this, right? If you want to use Vlookup for this situation, what was the situation here? 0 to 5,000, 5,000 to 15,000, or just less than that, 15 to 24,999. So focus on the starting part. Let's say I type here 0 to this amount. Okay, so this is the description of the slab. But I am writing a point which is lower point of my range. 0 to 499, I have taken 0. 5,000 to 14,999, I have taken 5,000. So I have written those smallest point of the range. This much is clear. You are still able to understand that what will be the percentage in which range, right? I've just created a numeric column based on the starting position of that range. Now, once this is created, then if I write what is common between this and this, sales, right? This is based on sales amount. Now, if I write my Vlookup formula here, equal Vlookup, I am looking for this sale where maybe this is my table, which is named as commission rates, or you can use these 3 columns also. That's also fine. But because the table is there, I would like to use my table. Comma, which column will give you the percentage rate of commission in this table?
Second column.
Rate.
Yeah, rate and second column. So numerically, it is second column, comma. What kind of match? 0 and press enter. Now, when I press 0, what happens? It is looking for 12450, which is not there in this list. So you said exactly find me. I am not able to find it exactly. But only in this situation, I generally say that never use approximate match. But only in this kind of situation, I am saying, please use
exact
1, which is approximate match. And this gives me result. Now let's verify whether this result is correct or not. So here 10260, which probably falls in this range, and 1% is the result. That's coming correct. Here it's 12225, again same range, 1%. 15700, 15 se zyada, less than 25, 2%. That result is also coming correct. So result is coming correct just by tweaking my simple VLOOKUP formula from 0 to 1. So writing the formula is much, much easier. And here you can keep these conditions, maybe 10 more steps. Your formula will be still same length, same complexity, no problem. So that's why I say that don't misuse if function for so many situations. If function is made for 2 to 3 conditions, maybe 4 conditions, more than that, think of something else. Start preparing a table then. Now, one thing which is very important for this to work, not this formula. This formula will work only when these are placed in ascending order, starting from beginning to end. If let's say by any chance, I just sort them in a different manner. Let's say I sort it based on largest to smallest. Look at this, what happens here. Just by sorting. That's why we need to be very cautious when we are using approximate match, because it has a different logic. So one condition is always take the smallest portion of the range. There are 2 points in the range, take the smaller portion. And because we are taking the smaller portion, it should be sorted. The items should be sorted from lower to higher element. And then how it works? The approximate match either tries to find the same value if it is available in this list. If it is not available, it will try to find the nearest value on the lower side. Okay, so that's the logic. If you understand that logic, then keep using this. Until then, focus on if function. If that is not understood, focus on if function. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, इसलिए guys, it is very, very important. You have access to this video which we shared. It is there in our course also. And there are some additional doubt sessions which has happened on lookup functions. Okay. So please watch them to gain more understanding, more variety on the situation. And this is one of the major category. Lookup functions is one of the major category which people would need in Excel. Because your data will be scattered. Something is here, something is in another sheet, another file, and you need to fetch common information from one place to another. So you need to know these functions. Any more question? Neelam, I don't remember. We can check it. Just message it personally on the admin groups or admin of the group. Okay. Sajid is saying we need the data to be looked up in the first column only in VLOOKUP. Right. Yes, Sajid, that's correct. Whenever you are trying to find something, let's take this scenario. Whenever we are trying to find something, the range which you mention in the formula, which is department table. So whatever range you are mentioning, the first column of that table should have the matching element. then only VLOOKUP function works. Otherwise, VLOOKUP cannot give you the results. You will have to use XLOOKUP or index match or something else. Next question. Okay, no other questions?
What is 3D formula function?
There is nothing like 3D function. Who said 3D function? Where did you come to know about that?
Somewhere I heard that for joining 3 or 4 seats together, it is used.
Okay. So 3D is not actually a formula. In fact, I don't know if something like that is there, equal 3D. But what may be possible that when you have 3 criteria or 4 criteria to match something, then it is known as 3D. Some if functions, count if functions, count ifs or some ifs, they can help you in generating that kind of results. So it is just a category which people are giving because of multiple conditions or multiple matching things. There's no such thing like 3D as such. Okay. I have not heard of it if it is existing, but it is just a term which people are using it. There is no such function as directly available. Okay.
When we are using 2 tables for VLOOKUP, like in one table, there is one column. The one column is common in between both the tables, basis which we are getting information from the second table to the first one. Then the common column in both the sheets, we should count the column number from left to right.
Yes, always left to right.
Okay, and if any data to be added, which is on the left side of that common column, that we should ensure that it should be kept on the right side.
Yes, so again, I would suggest you to go through the course. You will also come to know about XLOOKUP function. Okay, and XLOOKUP function ignores this limitation of that everything needs to be on the right side of the matching column, then only VLOOKUP will work. XLOOKUP can work both ways, left ho, right ho, it can fetch values from both the sides. Same goes with match and index. Okay.
Okay.
So during the week, focus on VLOOKUP. Okay. Complete the video so you can understand all the scenarios, how we can use VLOOKUP. And then we will start on Sunday how to use XLOOKUP, match and index to overcome this limitation of VLOOKUP. Clear?
Thank you.
Yeah. Next. I think you guys are done with the questions. So let's go and have a dinner or sleep, whatever is pending with respect to each person. And see you soon in the next session.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, Akish.
Thank you, Akish.
Thank you, Vimla. Thank you, Ram. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Vikas. Good night. Thank you, Sajid. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.